If you are looking for subwoofer that can go down to infrasonic level without spending a lot of money, this could be the one that you've been waiting for. Hello everyone, welcome to Tharbamar Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my intensive testing and pushing it to the limit of this Starke sound Brev SW15 15-inch bass driver with 475 watts of RMS amplification inside, RCA input as well as LFE, XLR in and out. As usual, 3 knobs adjustment for crossover point, gain and degree adjustment, 0 to 180 degree. When I started using SW15, I started off in my streaming setup connected with my old Denon receiver, connected via RCA cable, stereo mode, as well as try with white cable, and then an LFE as well. So out of those 2 connection methods that I tried, I like the best with LFE input on this SW15, bass response and blending, as well as slightly better gain. That's slightly unusual for me because generally if I use white cable connecting left and right on this SW15, most of the cases the gain should be a bit louder than LFE input. So they have a different kind of setup going on here. So that is, I think, is worth to mention it, because if you're a big fan of utilizing that gain from white cable option, usually it will give you like 6 dB gain in general if you use white cable. LFE input works great in that setup. I watched Edge of Tomorrow opening theme and those music sounded very good. It can go really down low infrasonic level, and then I moved it over here pairing it with my Ocuface E4000 using XLR input on this SW15, which is sounded the best in terms of gain wise. And blending, I just use my ears. So I end up preferring volume level at 70. That is going to be a bit of a mistake, by the way. Usually I use dual subs. I've been using dual subs since 2010 or so in 2 channels, so usually 2.2 in my rooms. When I try some of my reference track for testing subwoofers, and when I started listening James Blake, The Limit to Your Love, so that track has really low notes with very demanding, chest thumping, room shaking bass that it can deliver. So when that bass, as soon as it delivers at the gain level, or when I was pushing around 90-95 dB peaks, if I remember it right. So this sub has a gain of 70. My amplifier has gain of level on the screen is about 40. Then the bass driver will start bottoms out a little bit, start making a bit of noise. So this is a seal type, so I don't hear any shuffling sound or anything like that. Although bass driver is very good, but it has a limitation as price would suggest. So this one only retail for $599 in 2025. Surprisingly low price, right? If you buy these kind of subwoofer drivers, I mean, cheapest one probably like $300, and good quality one like this probably you'll be paying $450 to $500 price point. So this one, SW15, is delivering infrasonic quality sub bass down low with $599. Not only good with listening to movie soundtracks or using it in home theaters, it can also blend very nicely in 2-channel system. That's what I did, and I fine-tuned it with my ears. So in the end, I end up adjusting the gain to 50. So right there, That's perfect position for my normal music listening, around 60 to 70 dB range in this room. So this room is 26 by 16. This is the placement that I use. I measure and I listen from 12, 14 feet away. So when I try all those music, I will have my playlist here. So I try all of the tracks, right? From Edge of Tomorrow tracks to all the organ tracks and everything combined. Overall, sound quality, sonic performance, resolution of the bass, definition that it can produce with nice and articulate bass delivery is very impressive for under $600 price point. So I got all my blending and adjusting and everything is set. I started measuring right before this review. I do the measurement last. I don't want influenced by those grabs when I'm commenting on sonic quality and performance of each transducer, speakers, or sub. So when I measure it, as you can see, I measure it from 12 inch away right in front of the subwoofer, and it's very impressive. As you will see, it's starting to roll off right after 70 hertz range, which is perfectly suited to blending in my room when I cross it over at 65 hertz. That's perfect. Without spending tons of money, you want to get full range sound quality out of your system, even to enjoy deepest notes from pipe organs that they produce, right? That is crazy notes that I will also include that in a playlist so you can try them. So those are the 10 tracks that I use all the time. Caroline note tracks is, I like to use it as how well it blended, how well the bass stereo image of subwoofer and two speakers were performing. So in this setup, I use this SW15 with my Accuface E4000, XLR pre-out to this subwoofer, and this Pioneer TAD S1E8 towers and Eversolo T8 transport, as well as my Sony NAS and Galubido Divinity R2R DAC. You may be thinking this SW15 is gonna have some weak points. You're not wrong. It does have some weak points. One in particular is the cabinet. Cabinet is thinner than I would like for this size of the subwoofer, this type of the bass delivery with the sealed cabinet design. So when it's hitting down low, I can even see that this cabinet is vibrating. So that is the weakest link. If they give you better cabinet, probably it's going to be much more expensive, because usually building the cabinets and finishing it and everything is more expensive. So that is going to be totally different price point. As of right now, as it is for $600, is incredible buy. Price and performance and sonic quality and musicality of those bass notes that it can deliver under $600 is probably unheard of. When I tried this SW15 with all my test tracks, I found the limits. I can't have both gain level at high up. It will bottoms out in some point, right? So when I set the gain to 50 position, right in 12 o'clock position, then it totally sorted out and it will deliver without having that bottoming out sound. Generally, people will listen these kind of subwoofers when they test it, usually a high SPL, probably like above 80, 85 dB peaks, which I did too. But usually I don't listen that loud. My general listening level is around 55 to 65 dB range. So when it's come to that, right, listening to my music at low level listening, even 50, 55 dB range, the blending and the articulation of those bass notes are very well produced. I was surprised by it. So price is very good. Performance is very, very good for the money. Bass quality is impressively, it can deliver whether in home theater, movie watching, or even in 2.1 channel music listening. My advice to you is if you want very good sounding, high performance subwoofer that can deliver infrasonic bass quality without spending tons of money, this could be it. Right, size wise, you may need medium sized room, although this one is not as big as other companies 15-inch subs enclosure, but this one is pretty big too. So medium sized room, this will totally shine, and seal tight makes it easy to integrate it into your system. I would recommend you starting around 80 hertz, adjust it from there, as well as phase you want to adjust it starting from 0 as well. If you want to crank it up, don't adjust the gain too high, probably level 50 at the max level. That will totally give you best possible sound reproduction. So $600 for this kind of bass quality and infrasonic sound that we deliver effortlessly. So if you are in the market for very good sub without spending a lot of money, as well as good musical sub, this is going to be my highest recommendation. Thank you for watching and happy listening.